Today we are playing the only game where kicking around a doll until it is done for good is the main objective, which is kick the buddy. As it was a very well-known game of our childhood, we all know we wanted to unlock the weapons and powers, but on the other hand, how expensive they were in this game. So today, we went ahead and bought them all, just so you don't have to. So first up we have the simple pistol. It shoots slow and doesn't do much of damage. Next up we have the hand cannon, which does significantly more damage than the pistol, but still not enough. Next we have the Uzi, which has a faster fire rate, but the damage almost only as much as the pistol. Next is the minigun from Resident Evil. It is by far my favorite gun, as it only takes seconds to take Buddy out. And then, of course, the very next weapon is the quad rocket launcher. Oh, sweet freedom. It is visually a good weapon, but doesn't really affect Buddy that much. And for the last of weapons, we have the flamethrower, which puts Buddy on fire, and once it is done and you don't pour water on him, it will just keep on burning and eventually put Buddy to, Next up, we have the objects section, where you get to throw things straight at Buddy, or Buddy straight at things. First up, we have the ninja shurikens, which just look cool and you can throw them super fast, but they aren't really of any use from what I saw. Then we have this touch and drag crossbow right here, which shoots a single arrow at a time. And then we have this sword right here, which you can either swing at Buddy or stick it right into him, but either way, Buddy just seems immune from it. Then we have the traps, which you can place multiple at a time, so let's wake him up and get him right into the traps. You can place as many as you like, but killing Buddy with this is nearly impossible. Next, we have this chainsaw, which can get fixed in one place and start, but you will have to hold Buddy manually onto it since it isn't movable. But this also nearly doesn't do as much damage as you would think of. For the last object from this section, we have the harpoon, which just drags Buddy around but doesn't really do any damage. For the third category, we have the explosives round. And what better way than to start with some grenades? Then we have some mines next, which can be placed on the ground, and then you can simply just drop Buddy onto them to explode them. Next up are the C4, which require a 3-second timer before they go off, so make sure to place them accordingly. Then we have the Molotov, which pretty much works like a flamethrower that we tested before and slowly takes Buddy out. Moving on to bigger explosions, we have the gas tank, which you will have to trigger manually by using a secondary object like this. And then we have the cluster grenade, which leaves multiple grenades behind upon exploding. Next up, we have Mother of Grenades. Now I know why this one is labeled Mother of Grenades. Then we have this airstrike option, which is pretty clear from its name as to what it does. All clear. Next we have the Matryoshka dolls, which are dolls inside dolls as they grow smaller when you take the top one off. Except over here they are laced with explosives. The dolls follow Buddy around after every explosion so he doesn't get a chance to survive somehow. For the one-hit explosives, we have the nuclear bomb right here, which requires just a single tap to get the work done. And for the last of explosives category, we have the mega bomb, which has a timer of 10 seconds, but there is no way to escape its destruction. And then, right after the explosives section, we have the liquids section. First up, we have the pressure washer, which can be used to push Buddy around the whole box, but can't be used to damage him. Then we have the liquid nitrogen, which is super cold and can freeze anything instantly. But once Buddy is frozen, you can simply grab and slam him anywhere in the box, and his ice will break off. For the last of liquids, we have the shower, which gives us the option to choose between hot and cold water. If you open cold water and place Buddy under the water, he will get frozen almost instantly, exactly like the liquid nitrogen. Now let's try opening the hot water. This will start burning the Buddy, and if you leave him from his position, he will start running away from the water. Next up, we have the machine section, each one of which is pretty much guaranteed to get the job done for Buddy. Let's get started with the good old cannon, in which the cannonball is actually our friend Buddy. Then we have the paper shredder, which you can already tell is going to shred him into pieces. Next up, we have the stinky toilet, which has an underworld of its own, and Buddy is the one that has to explore it, so adios, Buddy. For the next section, we have the animals section right here, which apparently loves pushing Buddy around like a piece of gum box opened in class. Let's start this one off with our friendly sea neighbor, the shark. He simply eats Buddy up slowly and then swallows him all at once. Then we have the vampire bats, which are supposed to be eating Buddy super fast since there are so many of them, but they don't even do that much damage to him. And for the last one from this section, we have the dragon, who apparently likes to take his time, but completes his job within 3 rounds. So at least I can vouch for him. For the next section, we have the Power of God section, which was pretty expensive as compared to others, but doesn't really do as much as we expected it to. First up, we have Earthquake. It takes 2 or 3 tries to get Buddy with this one, so it isn't as good. Then, we have the ability to pour spewing hot lava, but at this point, Buddy is just immune to it all. And for the last ability from Power of Gods, you get to throw burning shooting stars at Buddy, which are sure to get him if he made it out of all the previous ones. Next up, we have Nano Weapons, which are basically weapons, but super advanced ones. So let's start with this pencil launcher, which doesn't seem like it's doing much, but its fire speed and damage amount is great as compared to the previous weapons. And then we have the Alien Blaster. Now, I don't know if it was meant to blast aliens or for them to blast us, but it surely does great damage. Next up, we have the Plasma Gun, which seems to make Buddy disoriented and give up on life with just 1 shot. And for the last one from this category, we have Plasma Grenades, which are basically like Plasma Gun but weaker and require more accurately predicted throws. For the second last category, we have the Halloween special items. Now, what other way would be better than to start off by feeding Buddy some trick or treat candy? Then we have this Grim Shuriken, which you can press up against Buddy, or just let go and let it make do on its own. And then for some reason we have this Lumberjack, who is apparently so mad at Buddy that he finds doing this totally A-okay. For the last one, we have a category named Grand Prix. I thought this would be something related to racing, but apparently it's enough to make Buddy sleepless for the rest of his life. This category contains everything just like this dinosaur, while poor Buddy was sleeping and now he is about to become dinner for one. And then for some reason we have a tank that has been appointed to get Buddy down. At this point, you just have to feel bad for Buddy. Then we have this classic, a professional piano falling from the sky onto Buddy's head. And if that wasn't classic enough, we have set up some sea mines for our dear Buddy. But at this point, he doesn't really care about the basic stuff. For the last one, we have this surprisingly weird and disturbing thing. I don't even know why it was in a folder named Grand Prix, but it is going to give me nightmares as well along with Buddy. At this point, I want to leave Buddy alone in his cardboard box for the countless times he got ate up and trembled upon today. Maybe just one last punch. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like these.